This is a disaster for the Bulls, with GM Artūras fielding a team devoid of any defensive mindset, no true rim protector in the middle, with no actual vision with our current personnel to really even become a physical, defensive-minded team, leaving Billy Donovan with holes he can't coach his way out of. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bulls Digest. It is a tough episode today. It's not just the constant losses, and I break this down for you guys every time. It's how we're losing. It's why we're losing. And we're going to break that down. Who's to blame, how we can shore it up, if any, and where we can fix and fill in holes and what needs to be done. But before we get started, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're noticing that only 32.5% of you who are stopping on by are subscribed, and you are going to want to be subscribed so you can be covered head to toe and be in the know on all things Chicago Bulls. Let's get started. Who is to blame for this? Well, it is the roster. It is the lack of depth of the roster. Now, remember, I did mention this quite a while ago. The youth are going to dazzle us with things that they do that we can't see them do, where they do behind the pass dunks and they're running and stretching the floor. The other side of this is youth where they're not doing the regular things, the nitty-gritty things each day, week in and week out, to win basketball games against subpar teams. That's the problem of youth. Artūras has fielded a youthful movement, a youthful team, and now those heartaches and headaches and no defense are part and parcel of the problems that we're in. And he is 100% on the hook and to blame. It feels like Groundhog Day every time as a Bulls fan. That can't happen because what's really getting frustrating is every year we start out with hopes, and every year it becomes buy your ticket to the playoff game where we can be one and done. That can't be the case. That's not what we want to see as Bulls fans. That's not the metric, and that's not even close to what's required from the GM position. Now, if you look, one of our major problems and our majoring stumbling blocks, we started out defensively playing well. Now, some of that was masked, and I need to be genuine. Some of it was masked because we started the season 5-0. Some of that was masked by poor shooting by better teams in the East. They had just bad shooting nights against us. They were getting, a little rusty out of the gate for the season. But our defense on a whole was much better. It was not just the shooting. We stretched the ball. We made sure to cover, help and recover, and move. Now we're 23rd. Look at that, 23rd. That is not going to cut it. We took a step down. In the first week, we were in the top 12, top 10, and now we're 23rd. If we have any hopes to be anywhere and this is a long shot at this point after the first quarter of the season, if we have anywhere in the East of being the 5, 6, 7, 8, we have to be in the top 15. That defense has to step up. You got to start taking charges. You have to help and recover. You can't let dunks and posterizations happen every 5 minutes. That's just getting gross, and it's unacceptable. So what is going on here with our defensive issues? Let's break that down, and it is nasty and gross. High points allowed. Yes, we know the Bulls are allowing most of the points in the NBA. You see them every fourth quarter, they're letting subpar teams back into it. It's getting gross. Poor paint defense. Again, no rim protector. Vooch, Olay, whoever's in there, Olay. Jalen Smith is a presence that you guys we took for granted in that little 6-1 run. He is playing better defense, and without him healthy and on the floor, Vooch is getting exposed for what he is, which is a bad interior, no rim protector defender. We also noticed that we have lack of consistency. That's part of being youth, and that's up to the coaching staff, and that's up to the youth, and that's up to them to buy in, and they're not buying in right now. Also, injuries. Yes, everybody has injuries. We have a lot of injuries. Where are they coming from? We let enough players play. We should not have this many injuries. Where's our conditioning and where's our ability to stay healthy? Staying healthy is 100% of how you succeed in the NBA, and that's part of the job. Also, team identity. Our team's identity that started out originally was energy and defensive identity. Now that's collapsed. That is a massive problem, and that needs to be fixed yesterday. And the only person who can fix it is the team. And Billy Donovan, and as I'm going to point out, and you're going to see this, and this actually alludes to our next point. Billy Donovan is coaching correctly. Now, he is making mistakes down the stretch where you see him swap someone in, where you throw in Mattis when you shouldn't against a big. His matchups down the stretch are really getting exposed, which means it's not really his coaching fault, because when I'm poking at him as well. But the reason that we're talking about that is because we're letting fourth quarter leads collapse because we're still running up and down the floor rather than playing cohesive offensive basketball in a set to suck the clock, and we're making mistakes on our end. That's really the truth, and that's what's going on. Billy's only the coach. These kids have to buy in, and they have to show up night in and night out. And right now, they're not. It's so bad, Vooch is calling them out. Vooch said for 3 quarters or whatever, we were very soft. We gave no resistance. We didn't do anything that we talked about, which means the coaches are explaining what to do. They are not doing it. The young kids are like thinking this is fun or summer camp or a goof off. Now he goes, we just didn't play up to NBA standards. I don't think we understand that it's just not sustainable to play this way. These are things that we really can control. 100%. 100%. Vooch called it out, and he's 100% right. If you're not going to listen to the coach, you're not going to have the same feeling you had when we were 6-1 because you're not following the same game plan. We're not all on the same page, and you guys are collapsing in the fourth quarter because you're soft. You don't care. You're letting that guy go in for the dunk. You're not even contesting shots, and you're when you get around the league and you're known as soft, people are going to come for you. They're going to come down and they're going to ram the ball down your throat. And this is 100% preventable. And it's up to the Bulls youth to decide, are you going to put your big boy pants on or are you just going to wilt like a flower? Now, this is Joe Cowley. He's a great sports writer for the Bulls. Even with this 5-0 start, the Bulls allowed the single most points in the paint per game. I think it's safe to say that's not necessarily a stat you see associated with an above average defense. No, Joe? No, it's not. And the reason you don't is because most people don't Olay defense and just actually have to play quality defense and have to play as a unit. And we have been doing none of the above in the last 2.5 weeks. It's been gross. Yeah, sure, we had injuries and sure, we've had a lot of games in a certain amount of days. Every team in the NBA has that. What's our excuse? Nothing. Our defense is atrocious. We are known as soft. It's not working, and we have to do something to correct it. Now, as far as correcting it, this is Coach Billy Donovan's idea on he sees. This is how I look at it as I take a bigger view of everything. There is no question we have to get better in that area of physicality and defense collectively. But the consistency part has been what's disappointing to me. It's been too much up and down. Now, whose fault is that? Yes, it's partly Billy. But Billy can't put on a jersey and actually go out and execute the game plan. It's up to the young guys to do this, and they're not doing it. So this is what's going on in Bulls Nation, and it is not good, and it's something that we need to know and pay attention to. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I'm not happy, and I'm not plussed. These are controllable things. It's not like we start out this hot and that just goes away. These are controllable things. We know what our ceiling is, but the floor is dropping out, and it's due to lack of effort and hustle. Now, one of 3 things happens, kids. He blows up the team, and we sell all the parts, and we go in big for the 26th draft. We go insane and trade for Anthony Davis to just compete if he's even healthy in the East, and we would have a defensive big man. Or we pack our bags, lose in the playoff game, and it's Groundhog Day every year for us. Let me know what scenario you guys think is going to happen. I don't like any one of them right now. I like learning how to play like a cohesive unit and playing actual team defense. And that also starts with healthy people. But that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As usual, thanks for stopping by. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button because without you, there's no us. Bulls got a lot of work to do. We are in serious trouble. Go Bulls.